I'm gonna hand it off to you guys. Tools, take it away.
Oh boy, game one, here we go. Aquarius, the most important map of the series, in my opinion, Tony. If you're gonna win it, it has to start on this map. It starts our series and it's gonna end our series if we go the distance. No sniper, no shock rifle. It's just gonna be your BRs and, well, a little thrust in the back pocket. Don't expect to be able to use that heat wave or dynamo grenades as well. G8, get them out of here. It's all skill, all gas, and let's see if EU truly stands a chance versus the Money Tuesday champions.
Garrett, I'm going to agree with you 100%. Legend and Shaady cannot allow Renegade and Bround to dictate the pace in this series. Taking game number one would be a huge momentum boost for them, and as of right now, they're already starting off hot. They were able to hunt down Legend. That's going to leave Shaady by himself. A well-placed grenade from Shaady is going to slow down Bround, but he was able to get away with the camo, Garrett.
Yeah, camo's so important to this game plan, and the sidekick in the back pocket. Expect to see that gun playing an impact more and more as we go into this series. But so far, Bround not truly getting the value that he wants out of this camouflage. Legend and Shaady trying to keep him out of the fight, but Legend will eventually get taken down. The rest of the camouflage out for Bround, but Renegade and Bround have clearly won the early game, but now it's about executing. In the end of the day, Renegade gets the trade, and now Bround has the one-on-one, but oh my, Legend making noise. Welcome to North America.
A great use of the thrust by Legend to close the distance to get that melee kill, but it's not going to work on Renegade, so he's going to trade out that life, and it's still Bround and Renegade that are in the driver's seat, and now we're not going to see that thrust in play for the team, at least for now. We see Renegade and Bround working in twos. You have Bround that's looking to take height over toward the P2 side. Renegade isolated by himself against Shaady, and Shaady going to win the individual gunfight. Beautiful shots by him. Bround takes down Legend, so now we have a bit of a 1v1, Garrett.
Yeah, Bround able to get away as well. Shaady trying his best to get right back into this action, but he's not going to be able to do so. That thrust going to be so important. You can see him hitting that curbs, like getting that and trying to get away. Bround pinging him up. Renegade trying to come up over top. While all this was happening, Legend was able to sneak through the bottom. He's going to be able to take down Renegade, but the nade will get a martyrdom from the grave. Shaady hitting down some great shots. You can tell these guys are ready to take it the distance.
Great shots coming in from Shaady, but he was still in a non-advantageous position, still at the bottom of the map. You give Bround height, and you're going to have a really tough time on your hands. Look at the movement coming out of Bround as he's distracting Legend, allowing Renegade to sneak forward, but Legend, for not only moves forward, goes into the pick, but isolates that gunfight against Bround and leaves Renegade away from the situation. Luckily, Renegade is still able to take down Shaady, and we will still see a lead from Bround and Renegade, but Legend and Shaady are playing really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to come back in this game, and they really are that good.
And you can already see Renegade trying to put the pressure on. Shaady will fall, and this is where the game can start to get out of hand. Legend is trapped in this back base, and Bround and Renegade are waiting to finish their food. Bround is in camouflage and thrust. Legend trying to make himself a hard kill, but it won't be enough. Shaady also could be in some trouble right here as he takes some opening shots. Bround just putting it all in him. Renegade should be able to get the easy cleanup. And now 11-5 lead. Renegade and Bround clearly in a position to start running away.
And now you just see him just use that height advantage. Bround just looking down at his opponent. Legend making it as hard as possible. Height is so important in any first-person shooter, especially Halo and especially 2v2. But Shaady gonna take height onto Renegade and win that battle. Now you're seeing Bround looking to hunt him down while he's weak. But now Bround's by himself. Commando's out, goes in for the melee, makes the player one shot, able to get the finishing kill with the Commando. Then he immediately tries to block off that angle from the camera, goes right back in, tries to challenge Legend for the double kill, but it's not gonna happen. Excellent nade coming in from Renegade, but a 14-7 lead in favor of Bround and Renegade. Garrett, is this what you expected to see?
And I expected to see Bround and Renegade come out strong, but it's not over for Legend and Shaady. Still early in the game and plenty of opportunity to be found, but you have to start executing on these kills. Legend goes down, and now Shaady finds himself in trouble speeding across the map. You can tell individual talent isn't the problem with these two. It's just getting into that groove and trying to adapt to that fast, aggressive 2v2 playstyle that Bround and Renegade are so well known for. But two go down. The EU boys take control of top mid once again, and this is their opportunity to start to go on a bit of a run.
And it looks like Shaady wasn't ready for the Bround and Renegade to come up the P side right there. It looks like they weren't influencing the spawns to go over towards the gold fridge, but it looks like Renegade and Bround gonna spawn there anyways. Legend still able to bounce back and taking down Bround. That's gonna be a big kill coming out of him. Now we're gonna switch gears over towards Shaady. He's like, where the heck did Renegade go? I had my eyes on him, but he's too sneaky, and now Bround spawning up. So back to a 2v2 scenario. Legend gonna trade out kills with Bround right there, leaving a 1v1 situation with Renegade and Shaady. And here we go. Renegade having the height, thrust him back, taking Shaady down. Beautifully played by Renegade.
And Renegade will get another finish. That thrust putting in mighty work right now. And he's picking up that sidekick too. And that's one gun we haven't seen really used quite yet. Oh, no, he threw a... Okay, I was about to say, did he throw a shock grenade? But no, he kept it in the back pocket. He kept it in the back pocket. I was getting a little nervous over there, but Shaady will eventually find that kill. Remember, guys, the dynamo grenades are GA'd, so even though you see Shaady having them in his inventory, not allowed to use them. Can be a little bit to get used to not being able to use all that utility, but these players know better, and we shouldn't have to worry about those problems.
Notice in that gunfight, Shaady electing to thrust towards Bround and trade out kills with the melee. Normally, when you have the thrust in hands, you know, you have that advantage in the gunfight. Instead of thrusting forward and settling for the melee, you would see players maybe thrust to the left or thrust to the right, try to put your opponent on skates. Meanwhile, you control the pace of the gunfight. But you know, Shaady, he knows Bround is tough, and even if you have a thrust in your hands, you can't lose Bround. Movement is just too good. Renegade applying pressure onto the enemy team, allowing Bround to come in for the cleanup kill, and then Renegade with his eyes on the prize, getting away with the camouflage. Bround and Renegade are simply 2 kills away from taking game number 1 and momentum in this best of 7 series.
Yeah, look at that. Renegade stalking his prey. It's going to be Shaady who goes down. And again, hey, he was dead either way, you know? He was either sticking himself or Legend was getting that final BR shot in. And now, I mean, at 24 kills, it's just a matter of time before Bround and Renegade get that final kill. One thing I'd like to see from Legend and Shaady, take a look at that assist column. Only 1 apiece for them this game. Maybe playing a little bit too much on the individual side, while you look on the other side, 10 assists between Renegade and Bround. I think that truly is our difference maker so far in the game, Tony.
Yeah, when it comes to 2v2 gameplay, I like my teams to be around about the halfway point of their kills being assisted. Obviously, when it comes to 2v2s, you're going to have these isolated gunfights, but 2 is simply not going to cut the mustard out of 18 kills. Renegade looking to put the final kill on the board. Speaking of which, 15-9 with 4 assists. This man is going off, but there we go. Excellent use of the thrust by Shaady. That's going to take his individual gunfight, able to take down Renegade, leaving Bround by himself. Damage going in from across the map, but it feels like it's only a matter of time before they find that final kill.
Halfway to victory.
It's going to be a trade from Bround. Though it was a big run at the end from Legend and Shaady, and we can talk about momentum a little bit, Tony, and how it plays an impact in 2v2s, right? When you get absolutely stomped in the game, it can completely take you out of an entire series. So I think Legend and Shaady, they got a couple of consecutive kills towards the end of game 1, maybe get a little bit more momentum on their side, getting ready for the pace of Renegade and Bround in the 2v2 setting, something that they're probably not as familiar with because they haven't been really playing in these, like many of these 2v2 tournaments yet in Halo Infinite, as all their focus has been on the 4v4. But we know as soon as they start getting in rhythm, that's where they become dangerous. And, you know, Recharge is a great map for that. You have a lot of opportunity with that shock rifle. If you can execute with the power weapons, you can absolutely start to run away.
You know, I'm glad you're so positive, because to be honest with you, although that game ended 25-20, it felt like Renegade and Bround were in control the entire time. Honestly, the eyeball test told me that could have been maybe a 12-kill game. That is how good Bround and Renegade looked. There were moments of brilliance come out of Legend and Shaady, but not enough. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they were able to put 20 kills on the board in game number 1. I want to see them come in with the newfound energy. Like you said, I want to see them have a lot more assists, playing with each other. When they were back in Halo 5 2v2s, Legend and Shaady, although they they were super individually challenged, their bait and switch is what really set them apart against the competition. I want to see them going back to that gameplay. That we know how good your 1v1s are. You don't have to prove anything to us. Show us how good you are at beating a team like Bround and Renegade and doing it the proper fundamental twos way as one goes down for each of the teams, leaving a 1v1 between Shaady and Bround. Shaady already going in for the camouflage, swipes it in with the curb slide, and then comes right for the C-stairs, able to trade out kills, and that camouflage was not burnt, ladies and gentlemen. That is still sitting down there. Legend gets a pivotal kill, and we might see the camouflage back in the hands of Legend and Shaady.
Now look, Shaady gets the gifted spawn. He's gonna be able to put that camo on right away, bounds directly over his head. And now Shady's coming in for the help. Bround doesn't know it's a 1v2, but Bround is still able to get that kill as Renegade gets it from across the map. We still haven't seen that shock rifle yet. You can see that's what Renegade is instantly starting to head towards. Now has that shock rifle in hand versus the camo player. Shaady doing his best to stay alive, throwing down those nades. You see Legend coming in for the collapse. He's able to kick down Renegade. That shock rifle moving hands. Now Shaady in trouble. Bround trying to get him, but he repositions. Needs to win this gunfight. Bround is going to fall. Shaady wins that fight. A huge shift in momentum for the EU professionals. Right now you have the shock rifle in hand. You're separating yourself on the map. If you can start to win your individuals, you can get yourself a cushion, which is so necessary against a duo like Renegade and Bround, who can absolutely turn it on at any moment.
And now, Garrett, this is where Legend and Shaady are at their most dangerous. They are the ultimate front runners. You're seeing it right here, right now. If you give them a lead, they will make you pay with it. They want up the tempo. They want to play at 100 miles per hour. They simply can't do it when they're at a deficit like they were all of game number 1. Now we're on Recharge, a different story. They're ready to up the tempo, and they're ready to challenge Renegade and Bround. This is probably one of the only duos that we have in Halo Infinite that do not fear Renegade and Bround. Bround able to take down one. Legend going in for the challenge onto Bround. Gets a double kill onto Renegade, and that's going to earn him a camouflage. Having a bit of technical difficulty there, and at this point, you got to give it up. Just go over there and grab it. I don't know what was going on. Clearly his grapple's defective, and now he's one shot, and he might not be able to take advantage of the camouflage.
This game's raked, bro. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, that is a devastating blow for Legend and Shaady. Obviously, you know, he missed the initial grab. Great job by Shaady to get the stick, but that grapple not giving that camo to him is a huge change. It gave Bround and Renegade a free kill, and that's essentially neutralized the camouflage, where this game could have quickly gone out of hand in favor of the French duo.
Legend and Shaady flew all the way to North America to get a better connection, and now it seems they almost have a worse one when they're not able to get the camouflage, not able to get that grapple, although it looked perfect. I feel really bad for the boys. Luckily, they still have a lead, but that must be sitting in the back of their head like, hey, that was a squad wipe. That should have been a free camouflage. What the heck happened here? As Bround now going to take advantage of the momentary lapse of judgment, able to take down Shaady. That's going to leave Legend by himself, and a perfect kill coming out of Renegade to put him down. Bround and Renegade now within striking distance of Legend and Shaady.
Down 4. This is their opportunity. Renegade with the shock rifle. Let's go deep and get into the comms of the Money Tuesday champions. North Americans at it against Europeans. Let's listen to the comms of Renegade and Bround.
He's just spamming nades and running. Like, okay.
Yeah, don't stab shit. You're cam on 3. You're bottom B.
Yeah, you can play, make a play.
Yeah.
Top here. See him in the corner. No one? He's top here. He's one shot top cat.
Just one shot, huh?
I just got camo.
Names up, yes, sir. To your right, maybe. Yeah. Shot out.
Yeah.
One C flat.
I just got. That's so stupid. C flat, bro.
It literally was just like.
Yeah, like Goombas on me and my game broke. That's so stupid.
No, we're on 5. We're good.
Getting shock. Shock's still up, bro.
Looking turbine. Alright. Mongo? Or my turbine?
Get shock. No scope me, Legend.
Perfect.
These red pipes are both there, bro.
One shot, Shaady. Just both turbine. Okay, one's going top, one's just going top. Top A.
Yeah.
Go
on.
Don't move.
Yeah, yeah, no pipes.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm pushing. Fucking game's trash. He's pipes. College. Game is so fucking trash, bro.
Shoot. Be done.
So we already got to hear a bit of the comms coming in out of Renegade and Bround, but I mean, they don't have the lead right now. As of right now, it's Lqgend and Shaady that are in the driver's seat. So why don't we hop into a listening with them and see what these comms are sounding like?
Tony.
Wait, what the?
Oh, Renegade and Bround admitted defeat. They just said, no, we're going into game 3. Don't finish it out. Oh, that's a tough one to look at. Oh, yo, the Frenchman just made them end a game early, bro. So I guess we'll get that listening in the next game, Tony, because Renegade and Bround just admitting defeat, surrendering. You know, I'm pretty sure Shaady and Lqgend are the French duo. They're the ones that are supposed to be waving white flags, right? Not Bround and Renegade.
Oh, that's a low blow, Garrett. That's a low blow right there. But Shaady and Lqgend really putting on and making Bround and Renegade wave that white flag. I mean, they were playing excellent on game 2 recharge. There's a reason why we are tied up in this series. Now, I was talking to, I was kind of gauging the chat a little bit. But I know Marine said he thought it was going to be 4-1 in favor of Renegade and Bround. I wonder how he's feeling about his prediction now. Does he think that Renegade and Bround are going to win 3 in a row against a red-hot Lqgend and Shaady, especially now that they have momentum in the series, Garrett?
Yeah, this is looking great because, you know, I did bet Marine. You know, I did a little bit of side bet action. I said, hey, I think Lqgend and Shaady will take 2 games. I'll take that action. I put a little bit of money down. You know, I'm not afraid to say it. So, you know, I'll try to stay impartial, but I'm rooting for the French boys for at least 1 more game because I want to win my money. But that being said, we're going over to live fire. We're going to be seeing the sniper rifle in action for the first time this series. And we know what Renegade in particular is capable of with that rifle in his hands. So you got to keep that away because we already see the opening trades come through.
And Bround going right in for the challenge onto top mid, able to snatch the sniper rifle out of the hands of Lqgend. This game is going to run around the sniper, and it looks like Bround going to put it to work immediately. Body shot over towards Shaady, able to get the finish with the BR, and Lqgend is now forced to back down and try to play his life and wait for Shaady to come off a spawn. But this game is going to be played around the sniper rifle. Whoever is able to control it and keep it out of the hands of their opponents are going to come out with the win. And as of right now, it's 4-1 in favor of Bround and Renegade.
Renegade gets that stick down. Shaady going to be seeing the respawn screen, and this is just an absolute stomping off the start of this game. Bround, he's going to go down, and Lqgend will collect that sniper rifle. And now this is the first time, Tony, let's go and listen to the French comms now that they have the sniper rifle in their hands.
Top mid 2. 2 top mid, 1 qui est weak. En gros, il peut chatter en vrai, gros. Faut. En S-box. Et en cut.
S-box, man, one. S-box, with back B.
Ouais, je suis weak.
Back B, weak.
Back B, weak.
Back B, one shot. Weak, flash far aussi. L'over bientôt.
Je suis là. C'est pas board weak, back hit. Ah, mais.
Un chat qui dort. Ils ont l'over dans 4 secondes. Nice, je peux regarder l'over. Il est pas là. Hein.
Ouais.
Il est killer, il est killer.
Ah, tu l'es là avec un stack.
L'over, je l'over.
Tu l'es là, il va commander, je pense. Il y a un mec en B avec le
Qui dort. Bamid. Bamid, il va piler, weak.
Back B, one shot, Renegade.
Il va piler. Hein.
Renegade, back B, one shot.
Je vois pas back B.
Il est inside B, one shot.
Il a pris combo. Top mid weak. Il est backer.
Nice.
Il est mort. Encore un sur C.
Nice. Je bloque A.
Je bloque C, ça va spawn sur B. Il a commande back B.
Back B, ouais. Et let's box. B, back B, let's back shot. What? Nice.
Double kill.
Snipe. Mec, t'as pris show and show.
Honest. Honest.
Il a one shot. Mort encore sur A, il a le snipe. Il est toujours sur A. Il est toujours sur A. Il va il est one shot BM. Mort BM. J'arrive transparence. Over.
The comeback is starting, Tony, and I have to say I'm wildly impressed with these two for one reason. We went into a listening at their lowest moment of this game, and what we heard was instant composure, not a hint of frustration, in my opinion. These two clearly up for the task, and now, hey, maybe their first comeback on the Halo Infinite Money Tuesday stage right here, as they are starting to creep up on Renegade and Bound.
Yeah, I love that you use the word composure. That's exact. I mean, they were out of this, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried. I thought Bound and Renegade were going to run away with it, but that's exactly what Nighty said in the chat. He said, "Look at that composure." And I'm like, yeah, you were definitely right. You know, they're staying calm. They know that they're in it, and just a few mistakes away from now being only 4 kills behind. You're on board now with Shaady, who's actually on the hunt, putting it onto Renegade, able to get the kill. That's going to be a pivotal one going in favor of Lqgend and Shaady, but Bound takes down one. The cleanup going to come in out of Shaady, and it's only a 3-kill game now, Garrett.
Yeah, 3 kills, that's easy enough to overcome, right? But you have to start chaining them together. What we've seen in the last couple kills is it's been trade for trade, and ooh, Shaady not going to be able to fully get that grenade away from him. Another one comes dropping in, not going to take damage from this one at least. And wow, Bound getting hit out by some own nades from Shaady and Lqgend. They get him on the chase down, and they push it back to 3. Renegade isolated for the time being. They need to try to collapse on him before Bound can get back to help, and that's exactly what Legend's able to do. And this is how comebacks are made. Start getting them on a split cycle, isolate players, and start to take advantage.
It's a professional tools. We've been seeing the same exact strategies used all the way back from Halo 5 and even before then, and it doesn't change here in Halo Infinite. Take advantage of your numbers. Good fundamentals when it comes to 2v2, and it's something that can translate to not only 4v4s, but any first-person shooter. On board now with Lqgend going in for the challenge onto Bound top mid. Gonna quickly back down and try to play his life. Luckily, he does have Shaady with his arms length. That sniper rifle coming up. Renegade now being that forward position over towards the overshield, able to take down one. Now Shaady gets the kill onto Renegade. Lqgend by himself repulses Bound back, but it's not going to be enough to stop him. Bound gets his hands on the overshield, and he might be able to use it to go right to top mid and steal away that sniper, or be that forward player and get right into the face of Lqgend and Shaady.
It's a tough one. Did they not grab the noob combo? No, okay, they do have the noob combo. That's going to get rid of the rest of that overshield, but Shady's still having his own problems. Going to be able to take down Bound. Renegade comes in, gets the cleanup. Only 2 more kills left for the Tuesday champs to finish out game 3. Renegade not going to be able to hit the headshot, and now in trouble of his own, as Lqgend and Shaady knows he's vulnerable over at this tower. Still plenty of sniper to work with, but Lqgend making the flank through bottom mid. The nades are coming through. Renegade in trouble, and it's going to be Lqgend who comes in clutch, finds the kill. Bound's running away. That sniper still down at back tower. This comeback could be in place. Bound goes down. Now only a 1-point gap separating the two.
And we got to talk about that play that Shaady made. Shaady and Lqgend backed all the way down to mud, and we're being chased down by the overshield Bound. Shaady actually hitting the jump from tower 1 to tower 2 with the plasma pistol, neutralized that overshield from Bound and made this possible. Eventually, Lqgend ends up finding the kill, and now we see the sniper rifle in the hands of Renegade and Bound, but Lqgend and Shaady can come back, and Shaady ends up going down. That's going to leave Lqgend by himself. Bound going to get the cleanup kill, and that's going to be it. I was a believer for a few moments, and then the first kill happens where Shady's the first one to fall, and eventually Lqgend just couldn't take down the 1v2, but well played by Lqgend and Shaady to get right back into this game.
You're seeing moments of greatness from the French duo, but they have to keep it consistent. Those lows have to meet the highs and be able to play at a high level consistently versus Bround and Renegade. If you let them have a cushion, it's going to be so much harder to complete these comebacks. Lqgend was so impressive, finding the weaknesses in the armor, getting between Bround and Renegade, and finding some critical cleanups towards the end of the game. But what it really came down to was the snipe control that Bround and Renegade had throughout the game. They were able to dictate the pace with it, and that's how they come away champions in game 3. Now, back to Recharge. Lqgend and Shaady made these two quit out of this game. This is their opportunity to tie the series back up, refresh yourself going into Aquarius, and try to steal away this series.
It's a new game, so it might as well be a new day. Bround and Renegade still having a lead in the series, still having that momentum, and I'm so impressed with the way they play. Like when you watch Renegade and Bround's POV, their movement is so good, but they use it like instead of kind of running away from gunfights, instead of like, you know, and getting out with their life, lots of times they use that movement and that ultra like predator mindset to hunt down their opponents. Every time they're putting down damage, opponent tries to get away, they cut off that angle immediately. And I think it's always so impressive how they're able to not let these one shots get away with their lives. Like someone like myself, I'm always running away from gunfights. It's just not possible to do it against Bround and Renegade. They are always hunting you down.
Bround is able to get away with the camouflage. Some shaky shots, but the finish comes through. Shaady goes down. Lqgend's position's known. And you can see Renegade already stalking the prey, moving aggressively into that position. And, well, the nades are going to zone him out for now. Bround trying to get into the action himself. Commando rifle in hand along with camouflage. Lqgend wins his fight. Bround gets the trade out at least. We're going to be going even. And now the shock rifle should be the top priority on everyone's mind. That gun can single-handedly change the map in twos. Bround and Renegade get the blessed spawn, but Lqgend putting down the damage across the map. You can see Shaady trying to find a way to position himself to at least contest this shock rifle, but it probably has moved into the hands of Renegade now, and he is a dangerous man to take down.
Both Renegade and Bround kind of stuck over towards the orange pipe side of the map. Bround gonna immediately go in for the challenge onto Lqgend, but Lqgend getting very aggressive on him, and that's gonna play right into the hands of Renegade. Beautiful bait coming in out of Bround to suck the defense in and allow Renegade to get the cleanup kills. That was an excellent bait and switch coming out of Bround and Renegade.
A critical shot landed at that moment for Lqgend, right? He got the reticle of Renegade off, but it doesn't matter because he blames whenever he needs to. Shaady going down as well. Bround and Renegade in clear control now, and for the first time, we heard some tumultuous comms before between these two. Last time we were on this map, this time with a lead. Let's run into Renegade and Bround's comms and see how they're responding in game number 4.
Here's our one.
He's turbine weak.
One shot, one on one. Could be C flat.
One shot C flat, you can get that.
On top here.
I'm just
Top
chilling,
pick out,
bro.
top pick out, top here.
Yeah, top here. Trying to get an angle for you.
Yeah, top pick out. Top pick out still now.
Watch out. That's
Top
it.
it, top it, top it. Okay. Come on. I'm on him now. Top red, top red. Morgan on him.
Yeah, top red.
last.
Sticky.
One shot, sticky. Both one shot, both one shot, both one shot. That's one.
He's like close to me. Turbine?
Yeah, he's I spawned here. He's a grapple, I think.
No one. Grapple? On me? On me?
Yeah. I'm chasing, I'm pushing this. I'm going grapple, yeah, grapple. I'm going back. Nice.
He's single box, one.
Gonna be R.
At least.
Should be A, should be A, yeah.
In like turbine?
Right now, get peek.
Ballad, in B.
Double kill.
Could be top A, I think.
They're running in.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out.
Perfect.
Red on me.
Nice, bro.
Maybe in my long haul.
Perfect.
You won't try to run?
This is the level of dominance that you expect to see when you're watching Bround and Renegade on screen. A killing frenzy and the craziest shock rifle shots that we have seen in quite some time. Renegade and Bround welcoming Lqgend and Shaady to the big leagues and welcoming them into North America.
Keeping the shock rifle out of his hands had to be priority on this map. We're seeing what Renegade can do. He bails his team out of positions by hitting critical shots, and Shady's trying to end them, but you just can't do it. Lqgend goes down, and this is what the shock rifle is done in the hands of a master.
Only 2 more kills needed for Bround and Renegade to go up 3-1 in the series. And I don't want to say it's over, Garrett, but I mean, like, come on, it's 23-7 right now. And you must be feeling a little scared for your bet. I mean,
Oh my God!
No,
He's on a riot. Is he on a perfection?
You
No, he's
bet
died.
that Lqgend and Shaady were gonna win 2 games. How are you feeling about that right now, Garrett? Because they're up 3-1 right now, and Bround and Renegade are looking unstoppable.
If history has told us anything, the French are resilient. It doesn't matter how down and out you think they are, they will fester and keep at it. They will make sure that they answer back. I have no qualms. I think we got one more game in us. That being said, Renegade's a bad man. Are we kidding me? Tony, you see what this man did? A running riot in game number 4. They have to find an answer for him.
I mean, at this point, Renegade is really just styling on them, man. And this is so much momentum that's going to be leading into this next game. This next game could decide it all. And the way Renegade and Bround are playing right now, this should be a 4-1. Luckily, Lqgend and Shaady, like I said before, they don't fear Bround and Renegade. They know they can beat them. They've already done it one time. Now it's up to them to just clutch it up and just ice up the situation, win some of these pivotal battles, force these 2v1 scenarios, and up the tempo like they want to play. They can't allow Renegade and Bround to dictate the pace of the game, and so far that's exactly what's been happening.
If you're Lqgend and Shaady, what can you do? You're going back to Aquarius. This wasn't a pretty picture the first time around, and now you have to go and keep your tournament life alive on the map. I think they're capable, but they're going to have to dig deep, and it starts by finding these opening picks. You can already see Bround being aggressive towards top mid, Lqgend and Shaady trying to take advantage of it, and the first blood will go to Shaady. Camo in the hands of Lqgend. He'll stay alive. Renegade trying to chase him down, but Shady's got his back. The duo back at it, starting hot with the 2-0 lead.
And just to remind you guys at home, Lqgend and Shaady, this is half of that #1 team coming out of Europe. I mean, they've been taking literally every single European tournament and doing so dominantly. No one seems to be close in their region. Quadrant is nice, Navi is good as well, but Ascend are simply on another level. So if there's anybody that might be able to come back and make this a series, it might just be them. And right now it's 5-1 in favor of the French duo.
Now, the French duo, man, they have to be on this map just saying, they're just coming out with all the fire today. They're not trying to go down early, this early. They have game 6 in their sights. Tony, I think they can get it done. And you know what? I want to go back and listen to those sweet, sweet Frenchmen talk those call outs. Oh, Shaady threw the bad nade. Okay, well, he goes down. I don't think it made much of an impact. Well, let's go to the listening with the French duo.
Gardez de chat, chaîne rouge.
Il y a une rouge, tunnel rouge, tu vois. Va te voir.
Ouah, one shot Gen rouge, il va bas Gen rouge, côté écart. Ouais, il était là.
Il est mort. Il va mourir normalement. Non, il est quart. Et quart 2 aussi.
Full stairs, mec.
Camo.
Ils ont les dash.
Dans le camo.
Top 2 Renegade.
Devant la chaîne, le camo. Devant la chaîne.
Dans la bleu.
Il est weak devant la chaîne. Ah, il va cut jeune.
Il est sur moi.
Le shot de loin, nice.
Ouais, devant la rouge. Putain. Nice, gros. J'ai le dash. P1, y'a un mec.
Devant la bleue.
Perfect.
J'arrive.
À voir.
Nice. Je bloque la jaune.
Ouais.
Chercher le dash. Ah, y'a pas de dash.
Je suis PD. J'ai le bleu, y'a un mec déjà.
J'ai une bleue, tunnel bleu, un shot. What? Il est en live? Nice.
Voilà. Tape mid PD.
R top mid, R P2 je vois pas. Il est P1 weak. Renegade. Nice. Devant la bleue, Bround. Très bon.
Dans la rouge.
Holding strong in game 5 right now. Shaady and Lqgend need to continue keeping Bround and Renegade at bay. We see them slowly crawling their way back in. But I think the biggest factor thus far, Tony, is that they've kept Renegade quiet throughout this game. Only 3 kills for him. And if they can keep him shut down, it's going to be a key to their victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lqgend and Shaady have been playing lights out, but Bround and Renegade, they're not backing down whatsoever. They're not going to be ending this game early as Lqgend goes in for the challenge onto Bround and willing to accept it. Like I said before, Lqgend and Shaady, they want to challenge Bround and Renegade. They want to get them to these individual gunfights because they really are that strong. Bround now being isolated by himself, they're going to take advantage of that. Renegade able to get the cleanup kill. That's going to leave Lqgend by himself. And Lqgend taking down the main Slayer.
Talk about not having respect for your opponent. Lqgend just took the best player in the damn game and said 1v1 me, come out and challenge me. You won't do it, and he came out on top. So confident in his shots. Another perfect kill on the world champion. Renegade getting put on a platter for the Frenchman today.
I'm loving watching Lqgend do his thing. He is absolutely going off. He said, you give me a good connection and you will see what I can do. They're up 18-12 right now. Lqgend is not slowing down whatsoever, getting right into the face of Bround, able to get the verse kill. That's going to leave Renegade by himself, who takes down Shaady, and Renegade going to answer back with a double kill of his own. And not only are they able to put Lqgend and Shaady onto the black screen, but that will give momentary map control in favor of Bround and Renegade.
Bround and Renegade have a task ahead of them, though. Down by 5, and Lqgend and Shaady are rapidly approaching the threshold of 20 kills. And when you get to 20, you all of a sudden you get kind of nervous about going trade for trade, right? It's this game becomes a different version of Halo where you have to play a little bit more conservative. You have to play your fights, but that's a huge kill from Renegade and Bround. Both of them winning their individuals at the clutchest moment of the game, clawing this thing back down to 3. This is an opportunity for Bround and Renegade to come back.
You can never count Bround and Renegade out. And now with the striking distance, going in for the challenge as Renegade able to take down Lqgend. Once again, Shaady isolated by himself. Bround does have height. It looks like Renegade gonna snatch up that camouflage right from his teammate. The main Slayer demands the power up, and it looks like Shaady was able to go bottom mid and get away with his life. So now Lqgend and Shaady fully reset. Shot's gonna go early onto Lqgend, put him down to half shields, but Shaady has his back.
Remember, the reason why Lqgend and Shaady were able to build that lead and control this game was because they kept Renegade in check. At one point, he was 3-6. Now, 9-7. He's on a spree right now, and he is trying to single-handedly pull this back in. He's a bad man. He finds another assist. Renegade in trouble. Bound trying to be the savior as Legend takes on the fight. Bound gonna win it, and all of a sudden we're only down by 1. Make it tied up. Renegade gets the cleanup, and all of a sudden Legend and Shaady have to be feeling nervous. These two are coming back, and they have taken the lead in the final moments.
Renegade absolutely shredding Shaady's shields with the sidekick. Beautiful way to put him down to 1 shot that gets the finish with the battle rifle, and Bound going in for the challenge onto Legend. And just like that, it is Bound and Renegade that have taken control here in the late game. They're only 4 kills away from coming out with the win. Shaady puts some great shots onto Renegade to slow him down. Bound gonna try to come in for the cleanup, but Legend with the bait and switch. Renegade doesn't care, puts him onto the black screen. That's gonna leave Shaady by himself, and Renegade is on the hunt.
Bound needs to find this kill. Shaady able to get away. That's a huge one. Renegade trying to hunt him down. Not going to be able to do so. So a huge lift from Legend right there. We're talking about that 1 kill can make all the difference in this game with how close Bound and Renegade are to closing it out. But they just cannot lose a 1v1. They are just winning them all. 24. This is match kill for these two. They're on unprecedented run. We're talking 10 unanswered kills from the champions.
Legend and Shaady were really running things in the early game, and they said Renegade and Bound simply said they had us in the first half, but now it's Bound and Renegade's time to shine. They are 1 kill away from not only taking this game, ladies and gentlemen, but also taking the series as well. And you're seeing Renegade slow things down. This is the calm before the storm. They know that they can literally play for trades. They actually end up spotting the camouflage player. Beautifully played by Bound. Bound gonna come in, ends up getting the backsmack onto Shaady, and that's gonna be it. Bound and Renegade stay undefeated here in Money Tuesdays.
It's a tough look. You have the camel, you're trying to make a play, and that's why it's so critical not to let them get too far ahead. 1 mistake costs them, and the game is over. Renegade and Bound come home richer. Legend and Shaady put up a hell of a fight, but they need a little bit more time in the 2v2 scene. It's clear to see. Let's get them over to NA more often. You know, after, post-event, when we start seeing some more 2s action, I want to see these guys back at it again, because there's so much potential with the Frenchmen.
Oh my, I feel so bad. No, I know Shady's upset with that one. I mean, he had the camouflage. He had a beautiful flank onto Bound and Renegade, but Bound just turns around and literally, I don't know, he must be eating his potassium, or, eating a banana a day, because he just spots him out despite having the camouflage. And not only was he able to locate him, but he immediately goes in for the challenge. And sadly, Shaady was not going to get out of that situation alive. Even if he got the kill onto Bound, mind you, Renegade was literally right there, so it would have been an easy cleanup kill. That game was all Renegade and Bound, and I don't want to see this end, Gary. Can we do a best of 11? Best of 13?
Run it back. Double or
Does anybody
nothing.
got $1,000 in the chat that they can put on the line? I think we're tapped out here. Anybody else can put money on. I'm sure we can get these guys to play again.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Bound's probably salivating at the idea of being able to double up his money right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh my, guys, this was an insane performance that we saw today from Bound and Renegade, and we saw huge moments from Legend and Shaady, and we appreciate you guys all coming out and watching. And we are able to do this, Tony, because of the support that we got a month ago, where you guys were able, or you guys subbed to the channel and crushed our goal of putting 500 subs. Remember, guys, 500 subs was what we needed. That's how much it cost to throw a Money Tuesday, and you guys helped us get to that goal, and we want to keep doing more of these. So if you guys are watching right now and you're like, dude, I love this show match, this was everything I possibly wanted, just think about subbing to the channel. You know, if you got a little bit, if you got a Prime, if you got something available, the sub money goes directly back into our prize pools. We're trying to put on as many of these show matches as possible, and you guys, the community, have been so important as to why we've been able to do that. We've been blown away with the support that you guys have given us to from now. But if you're able to, hey, you know, guys, sub to the channel. We're trying to make sure Bound gets paid every single month. You know what I'm saying? It's all about making sure Bound and Renegade are paid and that they keep getting their crown, because my God, they look so damn impressive, Tony.
Yeah, man, at this point, they're on payroll. I mean, they got benefits at this point. And, and I love the fact that Renegade comes into the chat and said, who's next. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I think I got your Crayola got the right idea. Somebody hit up Lucid and Trippy. Yeah, he added him in the chat.
He added him.
I'm done.
Trippy, come on down, baby. Trippy, come on down. You know what I'm saying? I think they want their revenge. Renegade wants some revenge. You know what I'm saying, Tony? We saw one previous time where it was Trippy and Lucid who took down Renegade and Stellar. I think Renegade wasn't too happy with that result and wants to run it back.
Man.
Oh, he added him in the chat. Louis, he added Trippy in the chat, bro.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Ooh, damn, man. Wow, what a match, honestly. Lqgend and Shaady showed up, and I like what they were showing, right? And I think Tools nailed it. They just need a little more time in the hyperbolic time chamber to figure it out, right? Bround, there's no secret, right? He's been playing Money 2s left and right, day in and day out. My man is hustling. And then Renegade, I don't know, who knows what Renegade's doing? He just does Renegade things, and he comes through, kills it, and he adds people in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure he's practicing with Apex. Renegade has literally wiped me out multiple times in Apex. I'm like, can you go back to Halo? Go play 2s. Leave me alone. He's bullying me at this point.
Yo, hey, you know what? You see that? Bround just messaged Trippy in chat. He said, let's run it for $500 right now. I'm telling you, Trippy, if you accept that, we'll keep going. We'll keep broadcasting. Yeah, we'll get that shit on match right now. Hey, Trippy, we'll keep it running, baby. If you accept it, you can pick anyone you want. We'll broadcast it right now. Let's keep Bround and Renegade. They might be warm right now, but I think Trippy's ultra confident. He might be.
I think Lucid's on right now. I'm just saying, I'm about to go in this. I think Lucid's literally on right now.
Oh boy.
Wow. Everybody, we're not gonna end the broadcast. We're gonna everybody just keep looking at the chat because Trippy literally says, "Oh yeah," with a question mark. Yo, we can't
dude,
end this.
I'm watching it, man. It's right here.
Yo, come on, get it in, baby. Come on, Trippy. What you gonna do? The challenge is down. Renegade puts down the yes. He says, "I'm ready to go." Bround saying he's not even warm yet, trying to tease him into it. That's a scam if I've ever seen one. I wonder who Trippy calls into. Yeah, he might be calling Tylenol up right now and say, "Hey, get in. I see a free $500 in our future."
Yo, we literally, ladies and gentlemen, we literally can't end the broadcast right now because I swear, if they say yes, Louis, you down? I'm just saying, if they say yes right now and they say they'll allow spectators, I think we have to keep it going. We gotta give the people what they want.
Man. Absolutely.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm so hyped right now. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. We're literally just we're hanging out right now, and I'm just hanging out in the lobby, guys, sitting in observer mode.
Just wait, look like they're waiting. New challenger.
Oh, look at that. Trippy said no, guys. Put your sad faces in chat. No. Put the colon D's in, man. That's so sad, bro. It's so sad.
If he would have knew early, he would have been ready. I promise you. If he would have knew.
Man, I think they're out here looking for a major championship win. You know what I'm saying?
They're saving it. Oh, Boo Boo Doo coming up to the challenge. Look at him, Boo Boo Doo. Boo Boo Doo's like, hey, let me come in. Hey, you know what, Trippy? Go out, turn some heads at KC. Try to get that chip, and maybe we got some more 2v2 show matches in the future. I think we gotta get Trippy back on the stage.
Oh yeah, we have to. It is a must.
Well, this has been amazing. Shout out to Lqgend and Shaady, finally in the States, coming through, giving us a reason to come out the weekend before the major and see something cool to watch. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Shout out to Esports Arena also for allowing them to play from their little LAN setup in a Walmart there in Kansas City. These guys have been grinding, and they've been doing really well in the scrims, and I was excited to see this match because I knew everybody was going to be warm, but it's Bround and Renegade that continue to dominate on Money Tuesday, and to me, it just begs the question, right? Lucid and Trippy, they'll be ready to go after the major, and I think it's time, man. I think Bround and Renegade have proven themselves, and I think they're hungry for more. What do you think, Tools?
I think they're ready, man. I think they're gonna try to take it on. You know what I'm saying? I think they want to. I think they want to take on the whole world. I'm excited to see more, man. I think that's all that needs to be said. We just want more. Everyone in chat wants more. Everyone wants more.
Where's my turn?
Yeah, I know I want it. Twos is literally Halo at its purest form. We get to watch these players go at it, use that movement, be ultra aggressive. You know, when there's 4 players on the map, you gotta play a little bit more conservative. You have to be aware of your surroundings. But when it comes to twos, they really open up the playbook, and you get to see some amazing plays. I really enjoyed twos, and you know, LVT, you guys have been the leader in running these twos broadcasts, going all the way back from Halo 5, and you know, to be a grassroots organization and to put on this level of production night in and night out, it's been amazing. You know, I love Halo. It's a large reason why I'm here. Before commentating, I was a fan, and I'll always be that. So I want to see more of these. Lucid and Trippy, I want to see them next, or even Tylenol coming in. Tylenol's a twos god. There's definitely we got to put twos back on the map, because you see this level of gameplay every time. Literally every time there's a money match.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that I agree. I feel like the twos for Halo Infinite are literally just coming to form, and you know, they get more exciting every time we see these matches. And you know, at first it was kind of slow, and then I gotta say, man, the pace that Bround and Renegade have been able to achieve in twos is pretty amazing in my opinion, and I want to see it continue to improve. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we're just seeing the meta of twos start to develop. You know, there's obviously some problems that need to be addressed, like, and we can make it better. But so far, you know, every time I see some pros grinding out the money twos, we're gonna just see how the game's evolving, seeing how fast the game has sped up in the recent couple weeks when it comes to the twos. Because so far we've seen a lot of slow paced twos. This was anything but slow. These guys were constantly pushing each other, trying to shift the meta out. I think there's so much room for development in twos right now, and you know, hey, there's no better stage than Money Tuesday to see it form between our eyes.
Absolutely. Tony, please go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to agree with you 100%. Like, the game has really gotten much faster. You know, you look at gameplay that today, you know, in April, almost May, you compare that to, you know, back in December when the game was fresh, it was nowhere near these fast. Not only just for twos, but for fours as well. So, and as the meta keeps getting defined, as we see things get polished, we're going to see it continue to get faster. I think about Halo 5. If you watch 2016 gameplay versus, you know, 2021 gameplay, they look like two totally different games. They really do.
No doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to shout out the team that puts this together. That is Tools, Mr. Snow, Nighty, of course, Why Not here on the broadcast, and of course myself in the background holding it down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be packing up, going to Kansas City. You're going to see us all there at the major, and I know that it's going to be hyped. It's going to be one hell of an event, because all the teams are looking primed to go, and it looks like Optic, they've been on a tear. They're holding out on us in twos. You know, maybe it's for a reason, right? All I got to say, Trippy, lose it, y'all better fucking win this event, man, because y'all holding out on us.